Hey, what's up? I've got some more lore content for you guys. I've got another great deck from the new expansion to showcase, and that is the Illaoi Beatdown deck. This deck aims to play for the board, using strong HP units, buffs, and striking spells to create pressure, all the while building up tentacles in order to do big damage pushes. The main theme of the deck is to build up the board over the course of the game, win combat over and over, and find lethals through pressure in typical Demacia fashion. I want to run through my card choices, explain why they're in the deck, and give you the knowledge to pilot the deck yourself. The code for the deck will be in the description below, along with the Mobalytics link. Before I get into the deck profile, if you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button to stay up to date with my content. Our journey to 10k subs is still going strong, and I need all the support I can get, so it'd be awesome if you joined. This is the only channel where you can get my specific style of content and in-depth guides, so you won't regret subbing. I also stream on Twitch often, so check me out over there if you're looking for live gameplay of someone who's hit high master tier every season and even hit rank 1 in NA a while back. I'm trying to go for a Twitch partner push in the next couple of months, so it would mean a lot to have you stop by. Each and every person in chat goes a long way. With that, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. So, getting right into it, we have a pretty aggressive early curve. However, this is indeed a mid-range deck, trying to end the game about turns 6 through 8 with really big pressure. Now, how we're going to get there, I'm going to explain in the cards. But yes, we have a lot of 2-cost cards being units, combat tricks, a single combat for striking, which we're going to talk about now. So, starting off with our 1-cost card, the only one we run is Watchful Idol. Round start, spawn a tentacle, right? Deal 2 to self, spawn a tentacle. If you already have a tentacle, it will gain +1/+1 instead, so it's pretty nice to open a couple of these or just sit on it and have your tentacle start ramping up over the course of the game, especially in the early game, pretty important to protect it. Next we have Answered Prayer. Now this is a flexible early or mid game card, depending on how much mana you want to spend. If you spend 2 mana, it is a 2/2 tentacle. If you spend 5 mana, it's a 4/4, or add those stats to an already existing tentacle, right? Next we have Hired Gun, 2 mana 2/3. When I'm summoned, grant the strongest enemy vulnerable. Now this is really good at dealing with Annie and other aggressive units because it is a 2/2/3, which is premium defensive stat line, and it can also give vulnerable. One of the best statted cards we have access to as a 2-cost, so really nice, double up the efficiency there, run it at 3 of. Speaking of which, we're going to run Petricide Broadwing at a 3 of as well, because this is one of the strongest units in the entire meta. If you run Demacia, you better be running 3 of this because it's absolutely incredible. It one-shots Annie, it keeps control of the board for you in the early game, being able to prioritize high-value units and champions that you want to kill. Because it has Challenger, it also strikes with its HP, so it is a 3 damage unit. Really, really scary. Next we have Sharp Sight. Typical Demacia combat trick. Give an ally +1/+2. This can be used offensively or defensively, and it can also block elusive units. Pog, there we go. Single combat. 2 of this just to have a strike card, be able to manipulate combat, be able to target things that are problematic right when they're summoned. Being able to snipe them out is very good. With Cataclysm, this can also be a single combat type effect. However, we're also using this to help end the game. So if we attack with our Seize Voice, which I can talk about now, it gives Tentacle Overwhelm for the round. Now this is really strong because if the Tentacle is super big, like let's say a 6/6, it's pushing Overwhelm damage, and then you can use Cataclysm to help it strike again with more Overwhelm, and you can find some lethals that way. It's also nice because it helps level Jarvan and has synergy with him. Next we have 2 Golden Aegis, very nice to just rally. It's also a barrier. Yeah, not much to say. We use it in the same way that we use Cataclysm. Nice Overwhelm win con with Seize Voice or with Illaoi, which is our primary champion and the one I want to talk about now. Attack, spawn 1, so give your tentacle 1/1 or spawn a tentacle if you don't have one. Then gain power equal to the strongest tentacle. So if you have a 2/2 tentacle, she's going to gain +2 attack. Very nice. She has Overwhelm. Very big unit. When she levels by seeing herself or tentacles deal damage, she starts popping off and gains some stats, fully heals the tentacle, and you just get like massive swings in. You can hit for like 16, 18 damage pretty easily with Illaoi. Not only that, but her champion spell is also broken. Spawn 3, then your strongest tentacle and an enemy strike each other. So if you have multiple Illaois, the extra ones in hand become this, which is a 4-mana strike spell that also summons you a 3/3. It's kind of cracked. It's basically like Pike's spell if you think about it. So yeah, we just have Pike also built into this deck, which we're also hard running 3 copies of this card because it is just that balanced. Next, we have 1 Twisted Fate and 2 Jarvan to round out our champions. We can talk about them now. The thing is about Jarvan, right? We don't really need to run him at 3. We just want to see 1 Jarvan over the course of the game, so having 2 in deck makes a lot of sense. That way we don't accidentally draw too many Jarvans and brick on him, which means have a bad hand because of it, because he's quite expensive, right? We only ever need 2. That gives us 1 flex spot, which is of course Twisted Fate in any Bilgewater list, because he is very flexible, being able to do blue card, red card, or gold card, depending on the game state, depending on what turn you're playing him on, can go a long way. He actually generates an insane amount of value, and can also swing a matchup in your favor. We don't actually try to level TF, he's just there because the Destiny cards are very flexible. Next we have 2 Concerted Strike, being able to deal with big units. You can also use it during combat to try to kill a unit that's blocking an overwhelm, so you can push more damage. That's always kind of cool. 3 Eye of Nagakaboros, 5 mana, spawn 2, draw 2, burst speed. Can be used defensively to create a tentacle blocker, or can be used offensively to push tentacle damage. Also it's a draw 2. Right, so that way we get to refill the hand, get some resources back, and continue pressuring. Double Screeching Dragon, because it is a very high value card, 5 mana 4/5 with Challenger, and you know, just holds the board for you, especially on turn 5. If you're on defense 5 and play Screeching, and then go into attack 6 with Jarvan, that's 2 Challengers, and also the board that you already have developed attacking all at once. Really, really scary for the opponent to deal with, and you're probably leveling Jarvan off of that, and it just gets kind of out of control from there. For all intents and purposes, this is basically just another Demacia beatdown deck. If you're used to dragons, it plays very similarly to them. If you play Fated, it's pretty similar to that, except Fated is more of a one-man army type of deck, but it still plays the same cards, the Sharp Sight, the Single, the Striking, and it will have a very similar playstyle as well. So I highly recommend trying this out if you're already used to Elites, Dragons, or Fated, which is Pantheon Yuumi. And that about wraps it up for the deck profile. Now here's some live commentary games so you can see how the deck plays out. I'll be giving context to why I'm playing certain cards, and hopefully it gives you a good feel on how to play the deck. Alright, for the first game we got Elusive Bard Handbound Zed shenanigans. Bard Zed, pretty strong deck. We're definitely going to want to keep Sharp Sight so we can deal with the elusive threats, and pitch the rest. I'm going to try to go for early game units so that we can pressure the board with them. Like Petricite Broadwing, very good. Petricite Broadwing can sometimes single-handedly carry the early game. Got our 1 of TF as well. No, we can just bring out Broadwing on 2. Go. And then we could probably play Sea's Voice on 3, right? Depends on if we're going to need the 2 mana. Passing, alright. Just having Broadwing on board makes it to where they probably don't want to play Zed. Let's do Sea's Voice though.
A beautiful day for sailing.
We'll go a little aggressive. We can't use Sharp Sight or Single this turn, but that's okay. We'll just use them on defense turn. Shadow Assassin is a-okay. We can swing at that. Also develop a little tentacle.
Do you hear her voice?
So Twin Disciplines would make this trade against our Sea's Voice. Or we're trying to make the Shadow Assassin live, I guess. That works too. We still get to hold the board, so this is fine for us. They don't have 1 damage pings, so my units being at 1 HP is not really a big problem for me. Alright, what you got? A 1/3 unit. That is okay. I mean, I could red card this. Red card kills this, puts this at 2. It doesn't have another unit to support right now. So, I mean, that's pretty good value for me.
Never lost a fair game. Or played one.
Yeah, I can't see myself being too mad about a red card here. Puts us below Sharp Sight blocking, but that's okay. Depending on their hand, this could actually just be a huge swing for us.
Who says I don't share?
Master.
Back for 1. That's all you're getting. No support. Nice, okay. Then we can do an open attack, probably? Yeah. We're not gonna play Screeching. We're gonna do open attack. Sharp Sight. And grab.
To the sea. Do you feel her presence?
This is pretty good. Again, we're trying to make every possible play we can to control the board and keep our units more than the opponent's. So if we can go for an aggressive trade that kills their unit, keeps ours alive, that's something that we definitely strive to do here. That way we keep, like, choking them out, essentially. We have a stranglehold on the resources, which is nice. So it's just a Bard. I just pushes a good amount of damage. Grab, deal 2, 3, and another 3. So 8 damage? That's pretty spooky. Also kind of fine just passing here. It's just Bard, right? What could go wrong? Play Screeching Dragon. Bay Guide. Right. 4/7. Gonna go up to 5 attack. I wish I could deal with it right now, but I kind of can't. We probably just go into next turn and use everything, right? And try to win on attack. I'm taking 6. I could do Sharp Sight block. That's pretty good value for me, actually. Sharp Sight, Screeching Dragon, eat the Esmus. Let's do that. Eat. Now it's a 6/7. We could also do single here. Eat that as well. And we definitely have lethal next turn. This is so much damage. I'm going to push on open attack. Here we go. 1-man army dragon. Feels good, man. So we're going to attack with everything on the left. And then grab Bard on the far right with my weakest attacking unit. That way I push max damage. And if they're on Spirit's Refuge, it will happen at the end of combat so they can't heal during and save themselves.
Do you hear her voice?
So this is just a good lethal threaten on open. Will of Ionia. On 7. Do I win through rally? I could, depending on what they do, right? They'll have a 5/6 blocker, and they'll also have another unit to block with. Perhaps not. This could be a concerted strike. Choosing this and this. Just try to kill the Bard. Because if they're on like any amount of units, then rally doesn't kill. We get deny here. Okay. Gotta deal with the Ionia spells. Yes, exactly, see? We would not have been able to win because they'd get next action, make 2 blockers, and then my rally would be useless. So this is correct so far. Jarvan. Jarvan's cool. We're on 10, so we can do I just Jarvan. That means I'm not committing a Sharp Sight this turn. Sign in. Got the Bard level. This is a 7/8. That's pretty scary. Let's do it. We're gonna summon out Jarvan on defense turn. They played below deny, so it's a good chance to use it. Yep.
I suppose you will learn.
Block here. Seems good. We need to make sure we keep our 6 mana so that Jarvan comes out on the attack. Like this. Here we go. Alright.
Do you feel her presence?
Now we're also continuing to pressure here. We're probably going to get 5/4 to Tentacle and 2/3 to 3/1.
Just looking out for the public.
Yep. There we go. Prevents the overwhelm damage. We almost killed the Bard too. Funnily enough. Yep. to keep our Jarvan. Very nice.
Ours is but to do and die.
And we'll do the screeching that they know we have in our hand, because they bounced it. We have Cataclysm, we have another attack.
My friend and I
Highwayman.
toll collectors.
Okay. Let us Cataclysm the Bard. Second deny. Wow. Alright. So they're down 2 denies. Typical Ionia, they just refuse to lose, man. They just won't die. It's so aggravating. Here we go. Attack, attack.
Lady Luck is smiling. Boss said so.
When Disciplines makes Bard live. Very fun, very cool. They're probably going to open attack, assuming they have lethal with the Bard, but that's where our Sharp Sight comes in. We'll just Sharp Sight block. Oh my goodness, and both champions. Alright, it's gonna be a little tricky now.
To the flag!
Yep. 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 Alright. We're going to have to do Sharp Sight. This. Have that block the Bard. Have this block the Zed. That's it. I hope they don't have third Twin Disciplines. Screeching. Ah, last card unit. We know this. This tells us they have a unit in hand, not a spell. That means our Cataclysm will be 100% safe.
Death is inevitable.
Recall my dragon? Okay. Cataclysm, this, that. Let me get that. This is where Jarvan really comes in handy. We're getting insane value from this card. Bonk.
Magnificent.
Alright. Reaching.
What would you
Hired gun. And there we go. Finally! That took some doing. Alright, for game 2 we got Targon's Peak, featuring Trundle, which is another FTR target, so pretty interesting. This is a cool hand. I'm pretty sure it's pitch Jarvan, keep idle, seize voice, and Illaoi. We can kind of just play out our whole hand. Idle. What's nice is that our units will quickly dodge Avalanche. Like, Seize Voice just doesn't get Avalanche, so that's really good for us. We'll just turbo the Tentacle. Now we're going to have a 4/4 Tentacle next turn because of the Idle. And Seize Voice, if she gets to attack, will be a 5/5 Tentacle.
Nagakaburo surrounds us.
So yeah, we got big units here.
You hear her voice?
Big units. Catalyst for ramp and heal. That puts them on turn 5 already, huh? So they can just slam Targon Speak if they want to. I think we win through open if they do that, though. Because we'll just play Illaoi and then open I. Okay, yeah. They just lose. We rolled them over. Feels good. Check this out. This is kind of like expected result, though. Attack like this. You want to make sure you attack with Seize Voice first. That way her attack call happens and then Illaoi's happens.
Relish life's bounty.
Let's see if they have an out for this. It'd be kind of funny. Ready? Boom, boom, boom. 24 damage on attack 5 with Overwhelm. Huh?
Struggle. Fight. Live.
That is a high roll hand right there.
and see the glory of Nagakaboros.
And we're going to be able to pull off that combo versus most Freljord decks most of the time because we just immediately play around Avalanche and push past that kind of AoE removal. Alright, for game 3, we got Zilean Ekko. Jarvan, Tentacle Smash, Concerted, Sharp. I'm almost certain Tentacle Smash is always a keep, and we can always keep Sharp Sight too. Nice, so we got the Broadwing again. Broadwing in the early game, going to single-handedly carry, and almost kill Zilean. Can also deal with any of the other early game units. We have Sharp Sight to help protect it as well. They're going to predict a lot. Yep. Play this thing for the Hexite Crystal. The usual. What's nice is that one of their cards is a combat trick that lowers attack by 2, and then they get to predict. My Broadwing doesn't care about his attack being lowered, so that's not even a good card here, in case it's in their hand. Funnily enough. And since we floated turn 1, we're able to play Tentacle Smash on turn 3. We'll grab that. Try to control this board. Could get a Mystic Shot here if they wanted. I'd be pretty fine with that because that's, you know, a 2-for-1 deal. Iterative. Okay. That would be really good against, like, aggro decks, being able to draw a second Hexite Crystal later. Shouldn't be too big of a deal for us. Ooh, another Tentacle.
My past flashes.
Let us spawn 2. Okay. Summon a 2-mana 2/2 Tentacle. And that's it for their turn. Got it. So no Mystic Shots, no anything weird like that.
When we look ahead, we
Okay.
know how to prepare.
Would you like to attack?
See what I've
You
learned?
would. We can do Sharp Sight here. Preserve our Tentacle HP. It gets to kill the Aspiring Chronomancer. And it lives. I think this is worth. I'm a little worried about Ekko right on 4. We could just bait a pass, because my attack's not too great. I'd rather just float mana and go next turn. Yeah. My attacks aren't good and my spells aren't good unless they play something. Another iterative. Infinite Fallen Fiend lines. Okay. Well, now this gives us the opportunity to smash. Why not? We'll get our Tentacle even bigger here. And then pass.
Whoa, cat.
Ekko comes down. We can Concerted, which is nice. And we have C's Voice. C's Voice is going to start making this Tentacle very scary. Oh, Hexite Crystal. That's kind of a rip.
In this timeline, we're sure to save Ikathia.
We can C's Voice, bait Crystal, play Sharp Sight on Tentacle, and make it live. We are not in a good position because of this card. It's rough no matter what I do, right? Maybe we just get the Crystal anyways. Isn't the Crystal, like, really good for them here? Pass. Just burn my mana. Just do it. Okay, cool. We got the Hexite Crystal. So we want to Sharp Sight, protect this. We lose our 0/1. Whoop-de-doo. And then I get to play the Seed's Voice undamaged. Feels good, man.
The sea she calls, the world we answer.
It can be undone.
Why are you attacking? 6-1, 3-3.
You move wrong.
I get double value trades here. I will happily go for that.
Will help.
Illaoi is absolutely massive.
Stand and be tested.
Good top deck. Mystic. Let's go ahead and single combat then. This makes it to where RC's voice will no longer be threatened by combat. Here we go.
Do you feel her presence? Do you hear her?
New tentacle to play around. Also quick 6 damage. Bonk bonk. We still have considered for Ekko, so I'm not worried about him coming down. And we have Tentacle Smash for Zilean. We should be good. We can hold this board 100%. Even through that Hexite Crystal last turn.
All paths lead me here.
No problem. Ancient Prep, probably looking for Ekko. Down to the last predict. Alright. If Ekko, then Concerted. If no Ekko, Tentacle Smash. No Ekko. Smash Zilean? Ooh, we can also Cataclysm if we want.
See you soon, friendos!
This is going to go up to a 5-5. Smash.
Defend yourself.
Go. Our open is really cool, actually. Yep. We're gonna win this turn. About to find out why. Open, swing. Illaoi's gonna level during combat. Yep. 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 Got it. We can Concerted right now, which will threaten lethal immediately. So let's go ahead and do that. And then even if I didn't get this lethal, if they play a unit, I just Cataclysm. So we got it here through striking.
This is it. Land or drown.
Nice.
Witness truth.
Alright, I think those were some great showcase games to show exactly how the deck is trying to play. You have to make every single possible play each turn in favor of your board. Try to build up your board, try to keep it protected, try to make sure the opponent has less units on theirs than you do on yours. That's the main game plan. If you're able to do that, you are pushing so much pressure and that helps your win condition. And that's it for this one. Please like and subscribe if you thought this video was informative or entertaining. It really helps me out since I'm still trying to grow. I'll be releasing more deck profiles, guides, and gameplay highlights in the near future. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters!